what we have next is Blue Wyrmling. So we did talk about Wyrmlings before already. And what was the last one that we were talking about? That was
Black Wyrmling was
the
last
black
one.
Right. So, well, let's just keep on going down the line then with this. So Blue Wyrmling is next, and see here, who wants to read this card? Josiah, would you like to do this? Would you like to do the honors to for this one?
Get that pulled up here. Go to someone else. I'm still getting this pulled up here on my end.
Okay.
I got it if you want me to.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
I got you. So powers we got is Blue Wyrmling from Aquila, and then we have the Fledgling Lightning Breath special attack. It's a range of 4 plus special attack 2. Okay. So it says choose a figure to attack. So this is important. The language of Heroscape is really important because whenever they do something like this, when it says range 4 plus special, this is the kind of stuff you gotta like hone into and like focus on. But it says choose a figure to attack. You may also choose one other figure within 3 clear side spaces of the targeted figure to be affected by Fledgling Lightning Breath special attack. Roll attack dice once for both figures. Each figure rolls defense dice separately. Fledgling Lightning Breath does not affect destructible objects. So it's a special attack. It's an attack of 2, but it attacks 2 characters, and they don't have to be adjacent to each other. You can attack one, and then the other has to be within 3 clear side spaces of the other. So pretty neat opportunity here, and this does kind of blend in with its Wyrmling bonding. So we spoke about this in the last episode about Wyrmlings and how they're a pseudo army option based on the common hero aesthetic, where you want to have multiples of them. And because of the Wyrmling bonding, it says after revealing an order marker on a Blue Wyrmling karma card before taking a turn, you may take a turn with one other Wyrmling you control. So if you were doing like a combo of Blue Wyrmlings, right? So you would be able to take 2 attacks of Fledgling Lightning Breath special attack. That's 4 attacks of 2, depending on what you're going after. So it can be good
for 70 points.
70 points. This is where I say, and I'm probably jumping ahead. I apologize if I am, but yeah, Wyrmling, the Blue Wyrmling is the least played Wyrmling.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I haven't really seen Lightning Breath in action, and as far as I know, like I haven't really put into.
I don't even think I've seen this miniature anywhere. Is it a rare miniature?
The Blue Wyrmling came out. It's not well. Maybe it's in the sense of it's rare because the D&D miniatures are no longer in print.
Right.
So if you're trying to get a Blue Wyrmling, you all probably have to go through some third-party stores and whatnot. But I want to say, I'm trying to think of when it came out. That's the thing about tournaments, especially Escape Cons. Really, they mentioned this. If you're not able to get the Heroscape miniature because these characters are based off of D&D miniatures, if you have the D&D miniature, it still counts.
Yeah.
So like you don't have to have the Heroscape version. If you have the D&D version of this miniature, it still counts as a part of your army. So I've seen, because I saw some players use the D&D versions, and I was like, oh hey man, this is the exact same thing, it doesn't matter. So pretty cool. But yeah, I will say in terms of Wyrmling army, if we're talking about Wyrmling compositions, this is the least one to have. Like black and red team tends to be the best combo, or at least multiples of those versus blues, and I've never really seen blue in combat. So yeah, that's, and I like it's got this pretty solid attack for a common hero. I mean, attack of 4 is pretty menacing for 35 points, right? But it's like deciding between a normal attack and a lightning breath special attack, tier. Unless, right? It's I'm saying it's like when you drop from 4 to 2. Like, what's your math here, right? You're taking such a drop, but the only bonus is you drop to 2 for a chance to attack 2 separate characters 3 spaces from each other. So it's like it could work in certain specific occasions, but in terms of like if you're trying to like stomp the battlefield, you got a plan to like win the whole match, probably not your best bet. I think this is more like special scenario. Oh shoot, I can shoot over the wall, that kind of thing. It's like let me go get it now, that kind of thing. Like
castle sieges, I guess, could be useful,
right? Like special fun scenarios that aren't really It's just I'm just gonna put it out there, guys. This is not.
Right.
I have not seen this unit
not-
anywhere in
not-
ScapeCon. So
not a primary.
it's a
mentor.
fun
It's
unit.
still
yeah,
a
it's
cool
a fun
one.
unit, not
Yeah,
a.
it's still a fun one.
Mhm.
I mean, and it's got attack of 4, which isn't bad, and defense of 3.
That's what I'm saying. If with its
not-
normal attack, if
it's
you
not bad.
get a chance to normal attack, it's
Yeah.
pretty great. And then defense of 3, that can last some hits. Not
Right.
not everything, but
Right.
it's sturdier than a common squad character. So it'll last its own for a couple, I think. If you're lucky.
Right.
Yeah, you would only use this one if line of sight is kind of
Yeah.
like, and if you need to like shoot bank around corners and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But that doesn't happen too much in tournament play. That'd be
Sure.
more for scenario play, or maybe with a lot more lore walls in play, it might see some more usage once
Right.
AOA comes out. But
Oh, the illusion walls, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, so 1
Uh,
life,
wonder-
move 5 spaces, of course with flying, range 1, attack 4, defense 3, 35 points. Yeah, I can see why you would say that the other dragons would be more desirable for tournament play, but it's still
I
interesting.
feel like when you're trying to achieve a certain goal, especially in tournament play, because tournament's really about outlasting your opponent and trying to find a good solid composition that can change based on circumstance. The blue Wyrmling just doesn't really give you those options. Like it's so specialist, it's very unique in terms of what it can offer, that it's like I don't think it's helpful.
if you need
when
to
it
kill
comes to-
2 VNOG Vipers and one of them is behind a wall,
Right,
and the
right.
other one can see it, the Blue Wyrmling's the one to pick. But
That's what I'm saying. It's so
There you go.
the scenario in which this Wyrmling becomes effective is so rare in terms of like the generic way of like. I mean, you're probably going to be let's be honest, right? You're probably looking to face an army of stingers, right? Like you're not going to
Right.
bring blue Wyrmlings to fight stingers.
Right.
You're going to want to bring the red, things like
Right.
that. So it's in terms of like effectiveness, it's just not there. But it is a cool composition, and I think what was really cool about the blue Wyrmling in general is that it was giving people a lot of hope of what Aquila's dragon would eventually be, because everyone at this point understood that each general has a dragon, right? At least at the
Right.
point that Classic was active, every general had a dragon. They even wrote it in Thorman's journal. Ironar got his dragon. It was just a big theme of the game. So when the new general Aquila got introduced, they were like, "Oh my gosh, Aquila's going to get a dragon. I
A
wonder which one they're
dragon.
going to do." And they dropped the Wyrmlings,
Yep.
and we were like, "Blue." So
Blue.
yeah, that was we were expecting a
We got a
giant blue
tease,
dragon
and
of some sort.
uh, maybe they'll still
And then-
do something.
yeah.
In the future, maybe.
Well, they did. I mean, there's Quahan, but
There's
Quahan was supposed
Quahan.
to answer. Yeah,
It
Quahan
is-
was supposed to answer the missing Aquila dragon.
Exactly.
That was expected of. for
Exactly.
years.
And if you weren't going to mention it, I was going to. Yeah, basically, baby Quahan right here.
Baby Quahan. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Quahan is designed primarily with the blue Wyrmling in mind, because
Right.
everyone saw the Wyrmlings as like a reduced version of the original dragons.
For
so
sure.
they were like, okay, so if Aquila was supposed to have lightning breath, let's figure out a bigger way to make it. And
Yep.
that's where Quahan came from. So
Yep.
it's like pretty
So,
cool design spec.
Very
behind
very
that
good
dragon.
custom mini. That
Yep.
Quahan is. Yep, and is played often in
Yeah,
tournaments.
designed specifically to match it. Yeah,
Right. Exactly.
Now what are you talking
for sure. For sure.
What? What did you say something, Joe? You say something, Joe? Did you want to show something, Joe? Because I know you got something, I think. Right? Mm-hmm.
No, we good. No, Jill's want to get my attention, so I'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
Right.
No problem. All right. Anyway, but yeah, Kohan. I know Joe has one. But
I was thinking about getting one at EscapeCon, but
mhm.
that flag bearer definitely called out to me first
I
before the customs Quahan card, because they were So the way it works, for those that don't know, if you go to EscapeCon, you win tournaments. So you get raffle tickets, essentially, like
Yes,
little
you do.
like points, right? You get points for joining games, you get points for winning games, you get points for it's points for playing, points for winning, points for attending, and you gather all these points after five days of matches, and then you can spend those points on various prizes. And a lot of the prizes are the custom units, where the people have printed those and donated them to EscapeCon, and they had a fully on base with card printed Quahan, and I was like, yo, that's what I want. And then I turned and I saw the Sir Gilbert in a box still, and I was like, nope, changed my mind immediately. I was like, so that's what I ended up going. I went for Gilbert after I decided, but I definitely was planning to get Quahan because I was like, oh my gosh, it's right there.
I'd choose a flag bearer over Quahan. I mean, to be perfectly
Right.
honest. So yeah.
With box, mind you.
With
box.
in the
So
box,
it's like-
new in the box. Yep, absolutely.
Never been opened.
But
Still with the Toys R Us stamp on it too. I was like, it was so crazy. I was like, oh my gosh, the nostalgia.
and so when it comes to, of course, the bonding, of course, it's just with other Wyrmlings, basically. And just like we talked about with Black Wyrmling last time. But yeah, when it comes to that, I mean, in conclusion, unless you guys have something else to say, that is basically the Blue Wyrmling in a nutshell. I mean, it seems like a fun mini, but not. I mean, I think that's pretty much all it is for casual play. If you want it for your collection,
to a tournament setting.
if you want it for your collection because aesthetically, you know, it looks fun. Just to be like, okay, gotta catch them all, so I got this one. But yeah, definitely. I mean, interesting, but not necessarily for tournament play. But again, someone can try and prove us wrong. You know, I mean,
right. If someone gets a tournament win with the Blue Wyrmling, I would love to hear about it and how it happened, because that would be that's awesome. It's like it, you know, kind of off a tangent. It reminds me, I had a friend that used to play Smash tournaments all the time, and he would use Bowser, and Bowser wasn't even like a good character, but he would destroy you. He would absolutely annihilate you, and it was like, wait, this character isn't even good. How are you doing this? And it's just like, because he's a good player. So like, even if sometimes. Right? You could find out a way to take a character that's not as great and make it great. So
absolutely
submissions.
So that
show me.
that is looking at Blue Wyrmling for your consideration into your Heroscape collection.